like leopard print is one of those things that's like never going to go out of style. Like I love leopard print shirts, leopard print leggings, leopard print tumblers. So that's what we're going to work on today. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to be doing a multicolored leopard print tumbler. All of it's going to be glitter. All of the glitter is going to be from the glitter grind, and I'll make sure to have my links in the description for them. Excuse me. I love gold. Like, I love gold on ombres, and I always try to put gold in any leopard print tumbler that I do. So I have a 30-ounce skinny from Maker Flow Crafts, and I'll make sure to put my link down in the description. And I painted them with Rust-Oleum paint. This one is metallic gold, and this one is cranberry. And normally I would put the darker color on the bottom when doing an ombre, but I'm just mixing it up entirely today. And the glitter that I'm going to be using, this gold, I'm obsessed with it. It is Desert Glow from the glitter grind. It's a chunkier mix. And then this one is boysenberry from the glitter grind. And let me show you, yesterday I made a light switch cover with the Desert Glow, and look how gorgeous that is. Like, oh my god, I love this gold glitter. And you can get the molds for these at the glitter grind too. They worked out really well. I made my daughter one, and it fit perfect, so definitely check those out. But so for this, you're going to need whatever paints that you want, whatever colors. You know, it doesn't have to be the cranberry and the gold. The colors of the glitter that you want, and 3 different size brushes. This is what I'm going to be applying my Mod Podge with. And then I'm going to use this for the inside of the leopard spots, and then I'm going to use this really skinny one for like the outside lines of those leopard spots. And this is a Wet n Wild makeup brush. That's what I use for all of my tack it and my Mod Podge and all that good stuff. And then these, I'm pretty sure these came in like one of those packs of different sizes of paintbrushes at like Family Dollar or something like that. So it's going to be kind of like a tedious, time-consuming tumbler, but it's going to be totally worth it. All of it's going to be glitter, no vinyl, no water slides, no decals, nothing. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my Mod Podge, and I would have showed you guys a video of me doing my little spray paint ombre here, but it is raining outside. It's like snow raining, if that makes sense. And I kind of did this, you know, because I can't take it outside because I'll have like little droplets all over my cup and it'll look like crap. So I kind of like stood inside my shed and opened the door and probably inhaled a lot of paint. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm having a much better day today, if anybody's wondering. I had a lot of people comment yesterday on that video, and I kind of debated on posting it at first because it wasn't perfect, but I think that's why a lot of you guys, I had even some people message me on Facebook, and was just like, thank you for posting a video that was not perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I am having a much better day, so yay. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my boysenberry. I always start off with the top glitter when I do an ombre, regardless. Guys, I never took the thing off this. I was just going to start. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, here we go. It's open now. I'm going to do like the top 2 inches or so. I don't know, that might be 2 inches, I'm not sure. And then I do all of my ombres with like a tilt method. The more you tilt it down, like the less control, so to speak, you're going to have of the glitter. And the further it's going to, you know, like drop down. So I just try to not tilt it too much because I don't want to like lose control, because, you know, glitter comes out fast. I'm gonna tap off my excess. a lot of that did not land on my parchment paper. You guys know by now that I'm messy. Okay. I'll clean it up. I have like a little shop back in here that I use whenever I'm done at the end of the day. And I kind of like sweep, so to speak, in here. So it's all right. I still get glitter in my cereal and stuff though, so. And since I'm using a chunkier mix, I'm just gonna take the lid off because it helps it come out better. And do the same thing here at the bottom. Just tilt it the other direction, let it fall. I let it go kind of crazier on this one because if it wants to fade up into any spots that are bare or whatever, it'll make the ombre look better. I just really, really, really love this gold. I really, really do. So I'm going to go around, and a lot of this laid flat on its own. I love the glitter grind so much. A lot of it laid flat on its own, but the few pieces here and there that are sticking up, I am just pressing them down. And now I'm going to go back with the boysenberry after I get this cleaned up. I accidentally ripped my paper when I was getting it off of the roll. I think I'm a mess like every day. I just handle it some days better than others. So I'm going to go back in with the boysenberry and let it kind of ombre itself down into some pieces of the gold, just so the blending will work a little more in my favor. Okay, so there's that so far. And now I am going to seal that probably twice. I'm going to seal it twice with Rust-Oleum Clear, just because I don't want any of that to move. I want it to stay where it is. So I'm going to seal that a couple times and let it dry, and then I'll be back. Okay, so before I move on to the leopard spots, something I wanted to share with you guys. You probably can tell, I hope so anyway, that the ombre looks a lot better now than what it did like a few minutes ago. And I didn't like what I did, like at all, but I didn't want to completely start over on another cut. So after I sealed it with my clear, right here, my clear Rust-Oleum spray, immediately, like it was still really, really wet with that spray, I went back in with my Desert Glow. I kept the lid on so it would come out like 1,000 times slower, and I just very, very lightly tapped. Pretty much did it again with the gold, and only from like here down though. Like I didn't go all the way up here, I went about here down, and that helped some of the chunkier pieces go down, and I feel like the ombre looks a lot better now. So now we can move on to the leopard spots. Okay, so now it's time for me to show you guys a little trick that I learned. This is Mod Podge here. It's what I'm going to use to put on my leopard spots. And what we're going to do is use the corresponding colors on each other for leopard spots, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put the boysenberry on the gold and the gold on the boysenberry. And I'm going to start up here on the gold. And you guys know if you've been here for a while how I always preach, paint your cup the same color or as close as you can to the glitter you're using. So instead of just putting white Mod Podge on there, because I'm putting, the colors on each other, so they're two very different colors, what I'm going to do is put paint in my Mod Podge. So I'm kind of doing what I would do if I just put some spray paint in my glitter. And I don't have like a burgundy-ish paint. So I'm just going to try to make like a really, really dark red. Like I'm going to put just like the tiniest little bit of black in that to try to darken the red. And these little cups that I'm using here, it's just like the regular plastic cups that I put Mod Podge in, but I cut them to make them smaller. Okay, so that kind of made a burgundy-ish. It'll work. So this is still just normal Mod Podge that I used a few minutes ago. And so now I'm going to start with the insides of the leopard spots. So this is the brush that I'm using. And you really want to make them very random. Like, you don't want to try too hard, and I think that's the hardest part of leopard spots, because it is very hard to not sit here and make like perfect circles for these. And sometimes I have to go back through and mess them up, so to speak. So I'm only going to do a few at a time because we know that Mod Podge dries quickly. I'm just putting the boysenberry in there. I'll probably have to go through with like a little, like a rougher brush to knock some of that glitter out, especially because the chunky glitter, it's going to get trapped. But I sealed it twice, so I mean, I think it'll be okay if I do that to it. It's not going to hurt anything. And guys, let me know what you think of the view that I'm doing here. Like, I have it in landscape instead of portrait. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you like it the way I normally do it, then I will change it on my next video. I'll put it back to the way it normally is. If you like this, let me know, and this is how I'll keep doing it. It's so hard not to make perfect little spots. I'm trying not to think about it too much, and I'm just wiping my brush on there. So I've almost made it all the way around. See if I can fit another one on there or no. I'll probably do another one here. Okay. So let me go grab that brush. Let me get the bottom. See, I almost forget the bottom all the time. The bottom of cups matter too. Okay. There we go. So now there's spots everywhere I need them to be. Just kidding. I found a spot that I need to put one. Okay. Last one, I promise, for this color. They look like giraffe spots right now. I'm gonna go grab that brush real quick. Okay, that's the brush I'm talking about. Like one of those really rough bristled brushes. And I'm not going like over the spots that I just did. I'm just going around them on the gold to try to clean it up a little bit. Like a maze going through here. Did I get it all? I think I did. The bottom it took really well, because that bottom is like on there real flat. So I'm not going to put the black spots around it yet. I'm going to go ahead and do the gold before that Mod Podge dries up that I put in the cup. I did a little bit of sweeping before I came back to do this second part here, and I should have just left it until I was done with the entire video, but it's okay. So now we are done with this boysenberry. So now to make this gold, this is something I got from Amazon, or not Amazon, just kidding, Hobby Lobby. I used it in a dirty pour tumbler that I did. Oh man, that lid like dried on there. Holy crap. How am I gonna get that off? Oh, there we go. Whew. Jeez, that's what was holding it on right there, I think. Ooh, go away. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of that into my Mod Podge here, and that ought to do it. I want more. Just a little bit more. My phone is going to die. I can't put my phone on charge the same time that I have my microphone plugged in, because that's where it's plugged into, is like the little charge port. Ah! That should definitely do it. Okay, so that's good and gold. And let me wash off this brush. So now I'm just pretty much doing the exact same thing that I did down there on the gold, but I'm just doing it up here. Really trying not to think about it. This is harder than it looks just because of the spots, making them not perfect little circles or whatever. Alright, so the last step of this before we do some more sealant and epoxy is to put those little, black lines around all of those leopard spots. And I'm not too worried about black being a difficult color to show up. Both these colors are relatively light, so I feel like it'll be okay. I don't have to tint my Mod Podge or anything. So I'm using the really, really skinny brush, and I'm going to start up here. And this is something else that you want to make random, and I am kind of like dabbing my brush more than I am doing like swipes. You don't want to outline the entire thing, just like half of it or like a little bit here and a little bit there. And I'm using Midnight from the Glitter Grind for the black, which I hardly have any left, but I have a shipment of glitter coming in very soon. I really like it. I think it's cute. I'm sure you guys probably get the gist, you know, of putting some Mod Podge around a few spots and or all of the spots and putting the black glitter on. I showed you a few of the spots and I didn't want to, you know, record the whole thing. Plus my phone really needed the charge. So I did let it charge while I was finishing up the spots. But that is the end of that tumbler. The only thing I'm going to do now is seal it. Probably twice, at least twice. I really don't want anything to move. I want everything to stay exactly where it is. So that is it for that tumbler. I'm not going to put anything else on it. I'll probably do 3 coats of epoxy. That's my guess of what it's going to take to make everything good and smooth. And before I go, I had some people wanting to see the end result of the beach tumbler that I did the other day. And I used some rose gold vinyl and put some stripes, breaking up the image and the glitter. And there's nothing on the back, it's just glitter, bottom is just glitter. But that's the end of that. And that's probably going to take 1 more coat of epoxy to make everything nice and smooth. So that is the end of my Leopard Ombre tutorial. And if you guys have any questions, like always, please feel free to comment. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys, bye!